Okay, this is a game that came out about a month ago. Everybody's talking about it. Hi-Fi Rush. Pretty much, it's a action beat 'em up hack and slash rhythm game. It's basically a culmination of different genres of gaming that's seemingly dead, but at the same time, it has a pretty creative plot and it basically has linear gameplay, which a lot of people consider to be a negative because people aren't really into linear gameplay anymore. They like side quests, they like non-linear gameplay and all that stuff. That's one of the few negatives about Hi-Fi Rush for the most part. As far as the game itself is concerned, pretty much the plot is about you controlling a guy who aspires to be a rock star who's fighting back against a robotics enhancement corporation that's basically searching for him after he pretty much had a music box or something placed in his chest or whatever. It allows him to be like more in tune with like everything around him. And pretty much you have to hit a sequence of buttons in order to perform special attacks and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. And one of the things I like the most about this game is the fact that it reminds me a lot of Jet Set Radio from the 2000s, and even like the graphics, it looks like Jet Set Radio. You have like 2D cell shaded animated like graphics in the 3D environment, and I do feel like this is something that looks like it came out of the 2000s or the early teens, and I feel like if this game came out back in 2022 opposed to this year, it would have stood out more because 2022 was an underwhelming year for gaming in general. There wasn't a lot of big releases or anything, but you look at this year, 2023, there's nothing but big releases like Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16, and Mortal Kombat 12, something we just learned about the other day. And I do feel that this game definitely has the potential to become its own video game series. I don't think it's going to sell, millions and millions of copies or anything like that. I don't think it's going to draw a ton of revenue for Bethesda Softworks, but I do feel like it's a game that people can get into. It's something that appeals to, I guess, casuals as it relates to a children or a preteen audience. But at the same time, Hi-Fi Rush, it wasn't really hyped up or anything like that because I believe the game came out the same day that it was announced, and it's only for the Xbox Series X and Microsoft Windows. Now, if a game like this was released across multiple platforms, especially Nintendo Switch, it's likely that the game would probably do better in terms of sales. But for the most part, I don't think Xbox Series X is really a game system that caters more to children for the most part. I think Nintendo Switch caters more to children than the Xbox Series X does. And, the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 are more for adults. So, it is what it is. But honestly, I think Hi-Fi Rush is definitely one of the better games of this year. And we'll just have to wait and see later down the line whether or not it eventually becomes its own video game series. But I definitely feel like years from now, people are going to look back at this game and say that it was an underrated gem that came out of 2023.